So hi, I'm Michael Bennett, CEO of Buddy's Home Furnishings, and we are live here today in Atlanta, Georgia at the TRIB 40th Anniversary Show. I am joined here today with Ian McDonald. He is the owner of Buddy Mac Holdings, as well as his management team, Chip Guy, Mike Skihand, and Joe Bob Ellis, right? And we're here to celebrate their victory last year as the top franchise group at Buddy's for 2022. With that, I'd like to start it out by just talking to Ian a little bit. Ian, 2000, what was it you started with Buddy's? 2014. He's going to do a lot of sign language today. So
it's all good sign.
It's all good sign. But talk to me a little bit about why Buddy's? Why did you decide to join Buddy's back in 2014?
Really, it was, do I want to be a greeter at Walmart or can I do something else? So it was, it ended up being something else. So, but we had apartment complexes. I think through that process, we saw a lot of rent-to-own trucks going in and out of our complex. We worked with the Buddy's system to start. We started with a 10-0 development agreement, and the intent was actually to put the rent-to-own options inside the apartment complex office. So we looked at opening stores around the apartment complexes to get those products available to our customers in there. And through that, we saw another avenue to be able to help our customers. Back then it was our tenants, now it's customers and tenants. We added that. Through that process, I think you learn when your values are clear, your decisions are very easy. If you have muddled values, that's how your answers come out to questions. So we focused hard on that, and helping folks was a lot of the core that's driven us. We started in '85, so that was our beginning year for all the different companies and all that. So we helped do that. When we saw the Buddy's program, this is half the U.S. population is our customer. Why would you not want to be involved in something? Because it's always going to be there. Why would you expand out of that? So we added that too. We put in several stores, and then we started our expansion 2018 or 19. We were looking for good talent, so all the good talent worked for somebody else. So when you get to the somebody else, we went and bought the somebody else's.
Yes, you did.
And then the talent helped us grow. We got a truckload of stores now, and we've kind of enjoyed that.
Yeah, I know when I started late 2015 into 2016 and met you, I think you had 3 stores out of that 10-pack open at that point. And yeah, you said you have a few stores. You actually have the largest number of stores at Buddy's. You have 85. That's another win. Check that box. But you have 85 stores now, and along the way you were kind of going into finding the right talent, is I think where you left off. And I'm just kind of curious, going from that initial 10-pack to now 85, why? You know, why the drive to go bigger and the quest to get better? Why Buddy's? How's Buddy's helped you do that?
Chip, how many customers do we have? 28,000?
28,000.
We have 28,000 touch points, plus employees. That's a lot of folks that you touch their lives with, in addition to just dropping a check off each week to pay for your account. What can you do to help that person? And there's, we're good, and most guys will just tell you that. But it came down to expansion through the acquisition. So you pick up the employees, you pick up that customer base. But it wasn't all money either. It was there's personal parts to this that when your foundation's solid, you know how to make decisions on that. So it's not just money, it's people and how you. I learned a long time ago, words are small, actions are large. When you look at your words and they're not matching your actions, you don't listen. So we focus on the actions. We don't say much. We just focus on the actions.
That goes back to when we talk about our mission or our vision statement, Ian, too, is, you know, we just look at one thing and one thing alone. How do we improve the quality of life of people? Yeah. That's what we live. I mean, it's every single day.
you're kind of taking me to the culture, right? The culture of BMH. So I'm just going to go there. And Chip, since you jumped in, I know you are the resident. Well,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people, Buddy's been here a long time, but you are the evangelist of Buddies. I'm going to call you
Wave
the
the flag.
evangelist. It's the first thing that you definitely lead the colors and wave the flag. So, talk to me a little bit about off what Ian was saying about the culture at BMH.
Well, the best part, what I really like about the idea of Buddies BMH is just it's always a family environment. My wife, she's been with Buddies longer than me. I mean, 27 years. I'm going on 23, and it's just really cool when you have someone at home that supports you and your ideas, and you look at that home life where you have two people in love that care about each other, and things are good at home. So how do you figure out how to take employees falling in love with a brand and a company and a culture, and you mix the two ideas together to go, how do I make my work family feel like family? Yeah. And we just wake up every single day knowing that we have 500 mouths to feed. We have coach leadership is what we call it. We don't call it, you're not the boss, you're a coach leader for our team members. It's just a different mindset. And I just remember 20 years ago, rent to own was fun. It's still fun today. Buddy love was a big thing, and it's still a big thing in our company. Matter of fact, we just ran a promotion about buddy love. And we just want to make sure that if anybody was to ever leave our company for any reason whatsoever, they're not going to walk away and say that was a bad place to work. Yeah. They're going to be moving on to bigger and greater things. And I don't know, guys, you can talk a little bit about it. I mean, we all got together, we're kind of young at this. I mean, what are we, 2.5 years into it?
Yeah, almost 3.
And what was one of the first things we did when we became a team? You guys remember it?
So it was Chip, me, Joe, and Kathy, and Michael McDonald was there. And we all, we had like a bungee cord almost, and we just tied it around our feet just like that. Okay. Ankle to ankle, and we'd have to make a statement, about ourselves, the truth, every time we wanted to walk forward, and you had to become completely vulnerable, and you kind of started with, just little things, about yourselves, little facts,
I hate waking up late in the morning.
Yeah, people looked at me funny when I was in school, stuff like that. And then after probably about 5 or 6 of those steps, it was major things about our lives, and good things and bad things, our fears, things that we're, really scared of, that we had to share with one another. And nobody really guided us to do that. It just kind of happened as you ran out of the fluff. And I think we formed a really great bond by doing that, You can make yourself completely vulnerable to the people that you work around.
And at the very end, we said, after this point, going forward, we're not going to look backwards at anything anymore. Yeah. We're going to cut this rope, and we all still have that piece of the rope sitting in our offices today.
Cutting down the nets.
That's a key part of this. So what Chip and Mike were talking about, the culture is an absolute, fully functioning, 8-cylinder popping team. There's somebody's got to say yes. But that's it. The leadership and the operational control of this is everybody. Yeah. It's not just one guy dictating. And you have moral guidelines, but anything inside of that, you want to take care of that customer, you take care of your employees, and then you make money. I mean, if you do the first 2, the third one works by itself. So, but this is the team that drives that. Kathy's not here; she should be here. But
well, from a standpoint of the 10-pack to the 85, what I'm hearing is it's all about the people. If you get the right leadership team in place, it helps you exponentially grow. It's not that it's harder; it actually gets easier because you surround yourself with better people, and that family that you've built helps you grow the organization. So
yeah, this is a stewardship program. I mean, we are running something that we really don't own. We're hard-working, hard-cranking guys. And how do we function like that? Just each penny we spend, each dollar we collect. I mean, that's that's the essence of what we use, the money and taking care of folks.
Yeah, and I would say what's unique about this group too is I introduced Ian as a franchisee, and not to leave Mike out, but there are two other gentlemen on this panel that actually were franchisees that decided to contribute their business to your cause as a team to grow this thing, and that's Joe Bob and Chip. And Joe Bob, could you talk a little bit about what it's been like maybe to join this part of the family? I mean, you got years of experience in this business.
Can we edit this part?
No, we're not editing. Joe Bob, let it all out. I want it all out.
Before Joe gets going, let me tell you this guy. Anytime you're having a bad day, anytime, he's only a phone call away, and that infectious little laugh of his will get you in a good mood immediately.
I agree with that.
Hey man, you know, I just like to have fun and
I agree with that.
and have a good time. But no, it's been it was a different transition, but it's been great because of the culture that we've created. That's what I really like the most is, it is about the employees, it's about the people, because if they're doing good, then we're gonna do good. So just, this new coach leadership and just the difference between what we were doing and what we were doing before was great, but this right here is just, Chip has really challenged me to be a better leader, a better coach. It's more than renting and collecting. It's, learning people's personalities and how to talk to people and doing things like that. So that's really the big part that I like about, what we're doing now, is that we're creating something that's going to last a long, long time. And we'll be able, the best part is that we're teaching people to come along and do this, because I can't do it forever. None of us can do it forever. And, I've been doing it a long, long time. And, it's always, you got to think about who's next and who's going to carry the torch. So what we're doing is building a company of people that can keep this thing going for a long time. So
Nice.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nice. So, if you were culture, obviously people, right? If we're looking forward to 2023, let's talk about that for a minute, because you've accomplished climbing the mountain, right? And so now everybody's going to be gunning for you, right? Matter of fact, I think you de-seated someone from last year that
We did?
yeah, you did. You did. And they're probably going to be fired up about that, it's a touchy subject. They're now listening.
We remember the song, boys.
Something about we are the, yeah, I got that. Okay, we might have a song for that at the end. We'll have to think about it. But as you look forward, from that win, how do you keep winning? I mean, what is it you're focused on for 2023? And anybody in operations can handle that. I'm going to give Ian a break on that.
I'll start off by saying, if we did it one way and we won, I think we just go do it again.
Yeah.
Just rinse and repeat.
Rinse and repeat. Yeah.
Yeah, last year was challenging. It was a fun year, an exciting year, and it really came down to the final quarter. I mean, we were fighting, clawing, and scratching every way we could. But to go into this year, we've established our culture, we've established who our players are, who the people are, the processes. I would say the processes has got to be the focus this year. Just making sure that, the nice little 486 pages now, operations manual.
I can't keep track. We're going to add a page tomorrow. Okay,
But
after this.
just making sure we're following the recipe. If we can take our culture and what we've developed there and continue following the recipe, baking, everybody's going to bake their cake differently, but get the recipes right, and then continue doing what we've done in the past, I don't see any reason why we couldn't repeat. I mean, what's your thoughts?
Well, I think, I really think that when we were looking, as we operated last year, I think we were looking at, reports that said, hey, you guys are doing it a little bit better than everybody else, as we were all struggling, And once we started really planning, making a plan, what we realized is that, hey, we weren't really doing that great. And instead of comparing ourselves to other companies and other regions and other stores, we've got to get back to doing it the right way. And we've got to set our expectations for ourselves as leaders higher than what we had. So what we learned is that, hey, we can collect 88, 89% of our money, no problem, just by focusing on it, setting a goal, focusing on it, and leaving that change. And I think that really helped us out a lot, especially in the fourth quarter when we went into that knowing what we were going to have to do to grow customers. And we didn't even know until like the last 2 or 3 weeks of December that we also had to grow ideal too. We thought we just had to be a positive
We got the
customer.
customers. What about this ideal thing? Look up the rules. Uh-oh.
Yeah. But when we started with that, the number was such a large number. I mean, it almost didn't feel possible. In fact,
It
was scary.
impossible. We're like, well, it's over. There's just,
Yeah.
But we stepped back. We said we can do this. We put a plan, and we changed our focus to growing customers. You guys led the charge.
Yeah, and it just goes to show the type of great leaders that we have within our company that is able to lead that charge too, and actually deliver on it. We got a lot of great talent in this company.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. And really 2023 for, I think, anybody in the industry has got to really focus on customers. Yes. I mean, that's the multiplier. Without the customers, we are nothing. And we definitely need to focus on the customers. Ian, any expansion plans as you go forward? Looking for any opportunistic opportunities out there? How do you feel?
Yeah, we get asked that a lot. You know, how many stores you want to be at, where you want to grow, and all that. And that's really not the goal. The goal is what we're doing now. We're helping customers, we're helping employees, and we're earning the right to be in a position to run a company like this. I think you hit it on the head, opportunistic. If there's something that comes up for sale, kind of where we operate, we'll look at it. But to go into another part of the country where we don't know is, for us, I think, silly. Yes. But to put a growth number on that, I think for us that's dangerous, because that puts you at the point where, well, we said 500 stores in 5 years. Well, you know, we're short a little bit, so let's go buy this, even though it's out of the 8 things that are important, we only hit 6, but we'll make up that. Let's not do that. Let's focus on the important part to complement what we're doing. And this is the team with Aaron and Kathy and Stacy that decides this stuff. And we have a kind of a cool policy too. You sit around the table, you talk about it, and everybody's thumbs up except for Skihan. Okay, Mike goes, I'm not doing this. We'll table it. We'll come back a couple weeks later. Hey, Mike, what do you think? He goes, I'm still not seeing it. I said, I get it. We get one more crack at it. If we got 3 downs, we don't do it, because no one gets a free, I told you about the toxic waste dump under the 604 store. You said it wouldn't matter. So nobody gets it. So it keeps us all in the same boat, rowing the same way with the same beat. Help as we go along. And that, I think is that going to amount to another 50 stores this year or 20 stores? Again, that's a daily thing. We had a call this a couple weeks ago on, hey, it was out of, but it's right in our zone. It's a target. It's a very attractive piece of business. So we're focused on that.
Yeah, I think as long as we continue to focus on doing what's right, the good guy upstairs will take care of the rest.
I agree. Yeah. If we play to a number too, I think we're doomed.
Yeah.
We're going to make a lot of mistakes that we wouldn't otherwise make if we just, took our time and.
But we're also very good at making mistakes.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes. So.
I can certainly understand that. I missed
No,
the
Joe's.
flight.
Yes, no.
It's always Joe.
Hey, we all made a few, but we'll be fine. To go along with all of that though, I think the training, because you can, with the right people that we can promote from within that already have our culture, it's going to make it a lot easier. So, I'll segue and say, hey, the Buddies University thing I think is going to be great for us in 2023, going through that. And now we're training people the right way and they know the program. And so when things like that happen, you don't have to go outside of your company to go get somebody. We want to be self-sufficient to where when we get ready to open something, we got somebody in our system already ready to go.
Because every employee is now on an equal playing field in our company.
Yeah. And that's important, and everybody sees a path that they can go down to get to where they want to go. We all have different aspirations, but at the end, whatever that aspiration is, they need a path to get there. So I'm glad you're excited about that and using it as kind of something in my mind's eye that I brought forward. Watching my daughters go through college, and have done it myself as the first for my family. I know it's important, but not everybody that works at Buddy's has the opportunity to go out and get in debt and go to college, but really to get the degree. But they can get that here at Buddy's with your help. If you stay the course, you work the system, they get a degree, they get accomplished, they move up, and maybe when you're ready to retire, you got your replacement, right?
Didn't you guys force me to incentivize that for our people too?
Yep.
And
Thumbs up.
every class they get a pay increase, right?
25 cents for each class that they
For each year they graduate.
So
Nice.
Yep.
That's excellent.
There's a couple other folks too. Stacy Wright, our CFO, Kathy, our senior controller, Michael McDonald heads our real estate and acquisitions division, and Aaron's the COO for all the different companies. We have a separate capital markets division. So there's other pieces that help fund all this. Even our own construction company, we're doing finish out 75, 78 cents on the dollar versus contracting it out. And again, that's from the apartment side. You build something that works. We used to buy apartment complex, the compressors outside, and we stick them in the warehouse till spring. Well, they start going out in the apartment complexes, so we can replace the AC for $50 and then maybe $100 with a Freon. So for $150, $200, instead of your AC going out at home, $2,800. Those type of savings, once you get in the industry, you can see that RTO is the same way. We took that construction piece to have capital savings on opening and converting new stores. So it's just kind of cool when you have all the parts working and the right guys. But this is totally a team effort. Someone had to sign on the dotted line, but that's about where this stops here. The rest of it's just an absolute team for all the different. We have construction, real estate, operations, management, and then finance. So we have those divisions in place.
Well, that's a great recognition piece for everybody back home that's not here. Yeah. Carla, come around. Anyway, I just wanted to get Carla in because she's a big part of Buddy Mac, and Buddy's with 27 years, as Chip gracefully said earlier. 5 grandchildren we were talking about before. So it's a family affair, and it wouldn't be right for you to stand over there. You're the only other one from Buddy Mac that's here. So thank you for all you do for Buddy's and for Buddy Mac. And I'll close out today by just asking you guys, and this could be a whole nother 30-minute session, but I lead the team as a franchisor to help support you with your franchise. I hope we're doing the right thing by you. We're watching your success. Hopefully we're part of your success. Our franchise consultants out there working with you. Hopefully that's a positive. Is that a thumbs up all the way across? Okay, I got a big thumbs up. But we're very fortunate to have all of you as our family, and I just want to thank you all for taking the time today to sit down. I know this is something you don't do all the time, and I appreciate the confidence in me to sit down and talk about it. And congratulations, really. We're going to celebrate this big time in August at our annual convention. But we really thank you from the bottom of our heart. The support team thanks you for what you've done in growing. Not only have you made a family at Buddy Mac Holdings, but you have been a big piece of supporting my family at corporate who support you. And we're your extended family. And so I just want to thank you for growing the opportunities at Buddy's corporate, right? In support of your efforts, and we look forward to continuing to grow with everybody. Well, we definitely have a need to fill in the industry, and there's a lot of great people out there, and we just need to keep giving them the Buddy's love, right? Wrapping it around, bringing them in, one leg up, strap it on their rope, and everything will be good. But, you want to do that?
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
Shall we do it?
We can do it.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we want to do that.
Yeah.
So you want to send everybody out with one of those?
Send them a message.
Yeah, how you want to do it? You want to clap it up? You just want to go all on 3?
No, we're going to clap it up.
We're going to clap it up?
Start clapping
Okay,
right now.
all right. We got to stand up on that. All right.
Lead it on 3.
You want to go on 3?
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, so that was awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the woo! Out. Hey, who's going to win this thing next year?
BMH.
BMH. That's a signal to the rest of the Buddies Nation. Hey, want to thank everybody for being here today, and thank you for listening and joining us. Congratulations again to BMH. We'll see you back in the field.